If you're thinking about starting an AI startup, there's something you need to know, and it's not what you think. My name is Lilian Damariam, and I am one of the founders of Mela AI. Mela AI is an AI life coach. When I first started my AI startup, I really thought like the biggest thing or the biggest like concern I have is around funding, because when you think of AI, you think hella expensive, but that wasn't the case. So here are everything I wish I knew when I first started my AI startup, and I'm hoping it can help you if you're thinking about starting a company. So the first myth really is around your level of education or knowledge. Like, should you have a PhD in AI if you're gonna start an AI startup? And the quick answer is no. I don't have a PhD in AI. But what I do have is a good amount of experience in product management and like the constant need to know everything. And so before I started my company, myself and my co-founder actually both went to MIT. We went through their generative AI program for executives, and that really helped us have a good understanding of the AI space, but it wasn't a PhD. The thing about being a founder that I've learned from past experience and even with this one is being able to find the right resources to help you build these products. And you would be surprised who's near you that's very well versed, very educated in whatever it is that you're looking to build that could potentially help you. And in our case, help us for free. So the second myth is really all about funding. As I mentioned earlier, like you think that building an AI product means that you're gonna need to spend hundreds, thousands, and millions of dollars. You hear Sam from OpenAI talking about we need, trillions of dollars, and you think, well, shit, I can't build an AI company if they need trillions of dollars, and that's not the case. The thing about AI is AI just supports whatever the problem is that you're looking to solve, right? It itself is not a solution. So your focus should be really first identify what is the customer problem that you're trying to solve for which customer, and then you can infuse AI into that. AI itself is not a solution. The other good news is you don't have to train an LLM from scratch. For example, we plug into OpenAI's API and we use that as a starting point. And of course, we fine tune it in order for it to help support the business case that we have for our users. But we don't necessarily train our models from scratch, right? And so, especially when you're first going out and putting an MVP out there, your goal should be focused on understanding your customer, understanding their problem, infusing AI in your solution, not necessarily making AI to be the solution itself in totality. Other things to think about for AI is there are unique problems that you're gonna face when you're using AI to solve a user's problem. One of the main ones, for example, is latency. When the person is talking to your AI, whether if it's via voice or via text, whatever the case may be, there's going to be latency because the AI needs to understand what the user says. They need to take in that information. It needs to take in that information and then process it and come up with an answer. So the more prompting that you do on the back end, the better for you, because it will make that interaction a lot faster, right? That's one. The second one is hallucination. When you're thinking about building just a regular app, you're going again from A to Z and people are clicking and you can test it and make sure it works. When you're building an AI product, there's only so much you can anticipate, especially when it comes to hallucination and providing the wrong information to the user. So you want to make sure that in your terms and conditions and your terms of use and stuff, you're communicating this with your user to make sure that the user understands, like, yes, your AI is going to give it a lot of amazing information to help them. At the same time, there could be some hallucination where the AI is giving the user wrong information, right? And so always encourage your user to double check the information that's being shared with them. If something feels off, make sure they double check. The last part, definitely not least, is the user's data, the user's privacy. How are you managing the data that you're grabbing from the user? Because they are going to be sharing a lot of information via text, voice, journaling, as part of onboarding, whatever the case may be, because it's very conversational. That's how the AI helps solve a lot of these problems, right? It's through conversation. And so you're continuously getting a lot of users' data. So you want to make sure that you're saving that in a very secure space. If you are going to be sharing that data with third party, you want to make sure that you're communicating that and your terms and conditions, privacy policies, all that good stuff. So again, like I would say, one of the main things that I learned is building an AI company is not really necessarily like, are you the smartest person in the world? That's really not the case. It's also not, do you have the most money? All those things do help, of course, expedite things. But one, it's about being resourceful. And then two, it's making sure that you continuously learn and grow so that you can stay up to date on things. Again, you don't necessarily need a PhD. If you are interested in building an AI startup, let me know in a comment. I would love to check out your product, especially if it's already out in the market. If you're interested in this kind of content around being a founder, building products, follow me.